Hi, welcome to Learn English and Practice with Marie. Today we're going to do Advanced Vocabulary Builder, lesson number 114. We'll go through 10 advanced words and talk about their definitions, parts of speech, and review a couple of examples for each. We'll finish with a story to hear the words in context and do a quick review of each word. This is a series, so if you like this video, subscribe for more. You can also find playlists where you can practice with hundreds of words. Let's get started. First, I'll read the words. Accentuate, deride, counteract, fervid, nemesis, genial, regurgitate, lethargic, exonerate, cleave. First, accentuate. This means make more noticeable or prominent. So to accentuate something is to emphasize that characteristic. So I might try to accentuate my eyes by using mascara or eyeliner. Examples are the artist used bold colors to accentuate the color contrast in her painting. The lighting was carefully adjusted to accentuate the intricate details of the sculpture. Deride. This means express contempt for, as a verb, ridicule, as a verb. So to deride someone is definitely a negative thing. It's to act really, really unpleasantly towards them. I had a bad boss when I was a teenager and I was lifeguarding who was constantly deriding all the female employees. And he ended up getting fired for that, which was great, but not before he really bothered a lot of us. He would express contempt, insult us, and ridicule us. Just terrible. I hope his career has not done well. Examples are, bullies often deride others to make themselves feel more powerful. It is not kind to deride someone's ideas without offering constructive feedback. Counteract. This means act against something in order to reduce its force or neutralize it, as a verb. So to counteract something is to try to mitigate the effects. I know if I decide to go out and party and stay up late, perhaps drink a couple of adult beverages, I might then try to counteract any sort of ill effects by having a nice hearty breakfast the next morning. Examples are, drinking plenty of water can help counteract the effects of dehydration. Positive thinking can counteract feelings of stress during tough situations. Fervid. This means intensely enthusiastic or passionate, especially to an excessive degree, as an adjective. So Taylor Swift's fans tend to be very fervid. They are enthusiastic, often obsessed, and very actively supportive of Taylor Swift. They're called Swifties, and I'd consider myself a Swiftie light. I am pro Taylor Swift, but I am not fervid. I'm not a fanatical person. Examples are, the fans' fervid enthusiasm filled the stadium with an electric atmosphere. His fervid determination to succeed drove him to work tirelessly on his project. Nemesis. This means the inescapable agent of someone or something's downfall, as a noun, a long-standing rival, an archenemy, as a noun. So a nemesis is working against you. So take the Roadrunner and the Coyote from classic Looney Tune cartoons. The Roadrunner was the nemesis of the Coyote. Examples are, her old nemesis from school suddenly reappeared in her life. He finally defeated his nemesis, winning the championship after years of trying. Genial. This means marked by or freely expressing sympathy or friendliness, as an adjective, favorable to growth or comfort, mild, as an adjective, displaying or marked by genius as an adjective. So someone who's genial is cordial. They're kind, they're pleasant, and you always try to be genial when you're meeting new people. You're just calm and pleasant and just generally very nice to them. Examples are the host's genial demeanor made every guest feel welcome. He was known for his genial way of diffusing tense situations. Regurgitate. This means bring swallowed food up again to the mouth, vomit, as a verb. Repeat information without analyzing or comprehending it as a verb. So the first meaning, regurgitate, is quite literal. It means to vomit, very gross meaning. But let's focus on that second meaning. It's to just simply take what you've heard or what you've learned and spit it back out. That's why I'm not a big fan of relying solely on flashcards, because with flashcards, as you're learning, you're simply memorizing and then you regurgitate what you read without any sort of deeper learning, understanding, or analysis. Examples are owls can't chew food, so they regurgitate indigestible parts like bones and fur. He tried to regurgitate the facts from the lecture without fully understanding them. Lethargic. This means of, relating to, or characterized by laziness or lack of energy as an adjective. Feeling or affected by lethargy, sluggishness, as an adjective. Indifferent, apathetic, as an adjective. So the animal, a sloth, is characterized by being lethargic. It moves very slowly. It's always sleeping. It's certainly a lethargic animal. On weekends, I tend to enjoy having at least one lethargic afternoon where I can just rest and sleep and be in bed and not do much of anything. Examples are, the heat made everyone feel lethargic and unmotivated. The sick dog appeared lethargic and refused to play. Exonerate. This means especially of an official body, absolve someone from blame for a fault or wrongdoing, especially after due consideration of the case as a verb. Release someone from a duty or obligation as a verb. So we hope that the courts will exonerate those who are innocent of crimes. Does it always happen? No, the justice system isn't perfect. So take, for example, the court case surrounding the Central Park Five. So in New York City, there were brutal attacks happening in Central Park, and 5 individuals were taken into custody and were pressured to confess. So turns out they didn't actually commit any sort of crime. They were just racially profiled and then pressured by the police. And years after that happened, years after they were convicted, they were actually exonerated because the case was brought up again and examined better, according to the evidence, and they were let go from that conviction. Examples are, the lawyer worked tirelessly to exonerate her client of all charges. The report aimed to exonerate the company from any blame in the incident. Cleave. This means to adhere firmly and closely or loyally and unwaveringly as a verb. To divide as if by a cutting blow, split, as a verb. To separate into distinct parts and especially into groups having divergent views as a verb. And there are additional meanings and usages related to splits and divisions. This word has a lot of associated meanings, but what I have here captures the bulk of them. So to cleave kind of implies this splitting into factions or groups or division. A lumberjack might cleave wood by chopping it with an axe, and you might have heard of cleavage in the context of women's wear. So just know cleavage is derived from this word cleave, and that is a word that's used commonly as well. Examples are: her loyalty to her family made her cleave to the traditions despite modern influences. He used an axe to cleave the log into smaller pieces for firewood. So let's read through a story for some extra practice with these words in context. Maya was a quiet student, often seen as lethargic by her classmates, though her mind was always sharp. One day, her favorite professor, Dr. Ellis, was accused of stealing research from another scholar, his lifelong nemesis. Maya refused to believe the claims and resolved to exonerate him. As the evidence mounted against Dr. Ellis, Maya began to investigate. Her classmates tried to deride her efforts, calling her naive, but she ignored them. She discovered old letters in the library archives that seemed to regurgitate the same accusations from years ago. These letters, written in a fervid tone, were clearly fabricated. Maya needed to counteract the lies with solid proof. She worked tirelessly, finding the real source of the research. Finally, she uncovered a hidden document that could accentuate Dr. Ellis's innocence. It was a study dated years before the Nemesis's supposed original work. At the hearing, Maya stood with Dr. Ellis. Her genial manner and clear presentation swayed the committee. "The truth is clear," she said, her voice steady. "Dr. Ellis is not the thief." The committee agreed, and Dr. Ellis was free. As they walked out, he smiled at Maya and said, "Thank you for your courage. Always cleave to what is right, even when it's hard." Maya beamed with pride, knowing she had made a difference. So let's read through these words, and I'll spell as we go, and I'll review the meanings quickly. Accentuate. A-C-C-E-N-T-U-A-T-E is to make something more noticeable or prominent. Deride. D-E-R-I-D-E is to express contempt for or ridicule. Counteract. C-O-U-N-T-E-R-A-C-T is to act against something to reduce its force or neutralize it. Fervid, F-E-R-V-I-D, is extremely passionate, excessively so. Nemesis, N-E-M-E-S-I-S, is a long-standing rival, an arch enemy, someone going against you. Genial, G-E-N-I-A-L, is sympathetic or friendly or displaying or marked by genius. Regurgitate, R-E-G-U-R-G-I-T-A-T-E, is to vomit or repeat information without analyzing or giving additional thought. Lethargic, L-E-T-H-A-R-G-I-C, is characterized by laziness or sluggishness. Exonerate, E-X-O-N-E-R-A-T-E, is to release someone from a duty or obligation or to find them innocent in a court case. Cleave, C-L-E-A-V-E, can mean to strongly adhere to something or can refer to division or split. So again, those words are accentuate, deride, counteract, fervid, nemesis, genial, regurgitate, lethargic, exonerate, cleave. Great job today. There are other videos on this channel like this, and more are coming soon. I'll put playlists and videos right here, and I'd love to see you practice with these words in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!